Got the rest of the eggs for today. I typically at least always get one in the morning and then the rest pretty early, so. Good morning. Let's make some focaccia today. I got this, or actually I didn't. I got this like years and years and years ago. I just found it in my closet. It was one of those random empty journals that you just get and don't use. But I thought the cover texture kind of looked like scoring. So it just fit so perfectly because I'm going to use it as my like bread journal, my baking journal. I think I'm just gonna write recipes. Like I use Samine from the Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat. I use her focaccia recipe, but also there's so many different, focaccia recipes out there. I'd like to try others, so I would love to just note like my tweaks and stuff and just have a list of recipes, notes, stuff like that, especially because I kind of want to start a farm stand. Apparently, you can get like a cottage license and sell breads and stuff. And I've been thinking about that so much. I don't know if that would happen, but step one, right? So, focaccia used to really. I didn't understand much about bread baking in general. When I heard you had to wait 12 to 14 hours for it to prove, I was just like, how do you do that? Like, I don't know, it just didn't make sense to me. And then my friend showed me how to make it, and I just ended up staying the night at her house one night. And she was like, oh, okay, let's make focaccia. It's really easy. And we just mixed it all up right before bed. And then by the time we were like done with coffee, it had been the 14 hours. So then we started making the bread, and I was just like, oh, this is really easy. So I did that last night, a little earlier because it has been about 14 hours and I'm just getting coffee. But she's risen. She was very like half the size of this last night. So we're gonna do the rest of the stuff. So I don't know if you can tell, it's a very thick pan. I would go with your thickest pan. I only have one, and I try to use this for baking, especially if I start farm standing. I'll probably get several more of these kind. This is like the perfect pan for focaccia. I was also thinking in the farm stand, because focaccia is so intensive in terms of like time, I guess, or just planning ahead. I could also do 4 tiny loaves, probably in tiny pans, so they all have those good crusts. And that would be like a good snack focaccia. Watch making that. Honestly, you really want this to be very even, or it will stick on the bottom and tear. This isn't specifically a focaccia tutorial. I'm just sharing the things I've learned. This is still gonna be a vlog, really. Okay, I'm gonna release it from the sides. And then you're just gonna like evenly spread it out. Starting from the middle-ish, so that it's like pretty even. You're not just left with a big lump somewhere. And this is actually my favorite bread to make for a big party. This is actually for a friend who requested it because she had it at one of my parties. The people love it. So then you're gonna let it rest for 30 minutes and it might shrink. Sometimes mine doesn't. It might shrink. And if it does, you just want to keep doing that. Now we got 30 minutes. While I'm here, I'm actually just gonna start my breakfast because I don't want my oven stuff to be in at the same time as the bread. I'm gonna make my potatoes. I'm just gonna spend the next little bit reading. I did finish the Throne of Glass series. I finished Kingdom of Ash. Wow. Yeah, that was crazy. And now I have officially read all of SJM's books. I mean, it took me like almost 2 years, but I did it. Yeah, so ever since finishing that series, which was such a comfort in the last few weeks of grief. But then when it ended, I was like, okay, what do I do? I was feeling kind of in a reading rut. Nothing was really capturing my attention. I started listening to a study of drowning, which a friend recommended, and I'm enjoying that so far. And then I decided to revisit Zodiac Academy. I'm not sure yet. I am someone who will kind of hop around until something really grabs me. I don't really like to read. I don't specifically write the book off if I don't feel it in that moment, especially if it's a book I'm interested in. I just know my moods are so dictating of like what I want to read. We'll see. Yeah, it's definitely been such an up and down like 2 weeks with losing Jet and everything, but I am doing my best and slowly some days feel okay, some days don't. I'm feeling a lot of resistance to the negative emotions, so when I can pick up on that, just, letting myself know that it's okay, that it's not okay, because I feel like I really want it to just be normal again, just be okay, and it just still doesn't feel that way sometimes. So, yeah, uh, just really working through that. And I've felt really connected over on my Substack. I've gotten a lot of amazing replies and just conversation starters just from my first two posts there. And that's kind of what I wanted, which is really nice. I feel really bad at asking things here on YouTube just because I'm just like so in the moment, like doing whatever I'm doing, and then I'm editing, I don't know. I just don't think about it, but I really want, like, my intention is for more connection. And so yeah, let me know anything. What you're reading, what you're baking, if you've got chickens. A lot of you I feel like mentioned chicken stuff, which is so fun. Let's connect in the comments, and if you want to follow my blog posts, that's just been something really connective and fun for me lately. So Anyway, I instead talk for 30 minutes, but I am gonna read, so I'll get back to you when we are doing the rest of the focaccia. So I planted these on my birthday and they're just sprouting. I love it so much. If you don't remember or didn't see, I did put up this shelf like early February. Honestly, I meant to like start a bunch of seeds a lot sooner, but it's just been such a hard month. So I wasn't even specifically feeling it on my birthday, but I was like, you know, maybe this will make me feel a little better. And it did. I honestly kind of forgot about them being seedlings, and then came, I think it was yesterday, was their very first sprout day, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So that has encouraged me to want to plant some more. For my birthday, my partner got me a stack of, they're like silicone planters, so they're reusable, which is really nice, something I've been looking for. Easy to pop in and out and then reuse next year, because I try to reuse a lot of like the plastic ones, to little success, because they would typically like rip and stuff, and that can get really pricey over the years. So I'm excited to try these out. I don't have a great seed organizing system, and I know that seeds only last a few years typically. So I really try to double check the year, because it's typically on the package somewhere, or I'll write it. And I don't know what I'm gonna plant today, but we'll see. I know this is my herb bag. I love oregano, basil. Maybe I'll just do herbs today. Stop it, buddy. These are so tiny, like, that's crazy. It's wild. These are way bigger. Okay. I've been doing 2 in each. We'll see what happens. And a lot of these I'll probably end up also direct sowing outside, for like, especially the cilantro and dill, probably for like succession sowing, which I don't know a ton about, but I want to try it a little bit more this year. Especially now that I have the space for it and I know a little bit more in general. There's still so much to learn. I feel like a hobby gardener overall. I definitely grew up with a garden every year and I know enough ish. I worked at a plant nursery for a little bit, but it's like, I don't know. I've never grown my own food or anything like that. It's just been like, oh, I have a zucchini this week. Cool. Which is great and fun. And I don't want the fun to be taken out of it. I don't want to feel so much pressure to grow all of my own food that it's not fun to garden anymore. Especially when I know that if I don't grow my own food, I will simply get like bulk produce to can from farmers this year. So I have a backup plan, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I am really excited to have a new space and build new garden beds and plan things out and learn more. Like, I feel like we're gonna be on this journey together. So yeah. Let's see. I think that's all I want to do today. I wanted to do more. I know it seems really tiny, not a lot, but honestly, like I said, I can direct sow all of these. I typically will get a ton of different varieties of oregano and basil at the plant nurseries. Like, they just have different, like, spicy basil and I don't know, different types of oregano that I can't find in seed form. So I'll probably end up like getting stuff like that. But essentially, I'll bring you down. Just a little bit more dry dirt on top to fill it. Okay. Okay. Aren't they just so cute? I need to get more water. So I've got lettuce and cabbage. Fun, we'll see, and then I'll show you. I just put them up here. Okay, I need to make the brine, which is just a third of water. And 1.5 teaspoons of salt. This is why the bread is just so salty and delicious. It's been 30 minutes. It's really not shrinked at all. Now, let's go check on the babies. So they need like one of those, it's like a fan oscillator. It's solar powered, and then when the inside of the coop reaches a higher temperature, it'll turn on and turn off and like just circulate the air a little bit better because it's so hot in there today. Like, it just didn't feel safe to even leave them in there because they still don't have it run yet. But the rest of the supplies came in. My dad is actually bringing that to me today and gonna show me how to do at least like one post, I guess. And I've been keeping, I don't think I've showed you all this. We have a huge covered porch. It's amazing. One of the selling reasons of this house. But underneath, it's all covered, it's all like secluded in still, but it's just the dirt ground. So I don't know. I feel like this is really funny, but also a little genius for the interim of not having a run, you know. They just stay under here. Miss Kitty, what are you doing? And this is how literally chill Miss Kitty is. She will not even hurt my babies. I guess she's just been under here. I've had the windows open and they haven't even squawked or been upset at her. She doesn't care. But yeah, they just stay under here. She honestly is kind of scared of the chickens, so I'm surprised she's under there. But this area is at least nice and cool for them and still safe. Especially, I just feel so anxious. I just fear so hard. Yeah, my chest just tightens every time I hear anything. But at least having the windows open, and my office window faces the front porch and stuff, so I can hear them if anything goes awry down here really well. Obviously something like Miss Kitty, like a cat or something, could get in, but I just don't feel like I've seen any cats around lately, and Miss Kitty kind of has her territory, which is the front porch, on lockdown. So they love it. It's probably way better than the heat of the shed. Oh, a buzzer. Let's do something I've been wanting to do all day, which is just lay on my porch swing and read.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream